Hi. I have to say, I was sitting here watching Brielle and Kevin chit chat, and I just was reminded of when I was a young woman growing up in Saudi Arabia, and I wasn't even a young woman; I was a teenager, and there was this something called ICQ, and I had to sneak on the internet, and it was dial up, and it's like a fax machine, and you'd have to do it a million times. But I would get on ICQ and I would talk to boys, and hey guys, and I don't know why, I just had a flashback to that. I am happy to see you guys here, and I'm always happy to see and read the chit chats that are going on. And I'm happy that you have a little community going on here of like minded people who actually get along and who enjoy each other. And I'm just happy. I'm very happy, and I'm grateful, and I'm thankful. Hello. How is everybody? I got my chocolate tea. Hmm. So, what happened? Who got snowed in? Who got the snow? And who didn't? I kept hearing and reading all these horror stories online about snowstorm, and I don't know how 10 feet of snow in Ontario, and people like taking pictures and videos of the snowfall and the frigid temperatures. And I'm sitting here on the East Coast, and we got a little bit. Now, mind you, it was quite a bit of wind. It wasn't a little bit, but it was like a tropical. It was like a tropical storm. It was like rain. No sneaking required. I like that Kevin and Brielle. I like that. Yes, I feel like they're a match made in heaven. I'm so happy. You guys make me happy. Brielle reminds me when I was a young girl. Yeah, she's much prettier than I ever was, but yeah, memories, memories. Yes, to ICQ, to ICQ. 22 shut the city down for. Well, I heard about WestJet. Was anybody flying over the holiday, over Christmas? Apparently WestJet is like, screw all the customers, we don't need to make money. Let's just cancel everything. That's WestJet. It's nice to be on the government payroll, you know? Government tax funded payroll. They're like, yeah, let's just cancel everything. Because, this isn't Canada. We don't regularly have snowstorms in the winter here. Let's start scaring the bejesus out of everyone and making their holidays miserable by canceling their flights. Yeah, I don't even know how many flights they canceled. I think everything. Everything was canceled. Roberto, welcome. No snow in Florida. No, I'd love to be in Florida. I'd love to be in Florida. But we'll see what 2023 brings. I have a lot that I wanted to talk about, but I wanted to open up and check in on everyone and see who got snowed in and who didn't, and whose plans were affected by the storms, and what happened to everyone. I got a 70s or 60s look going on today. I feel like I belong to ABBA. But yeah, did anybody get snowed in? Froze their tushes off? Their plans got canceled. Their flights got canceled. Anybody? Tennessee checking in? No. I have a good bunch of people that come in here. You guys are awesome, and I'm very grateful for your support. So what do I wanna? What sound? What's this one? What's this sound? Is that a party? Party sound? We got a party going on. See, the nice thing about live streams online is unless I lose power, and we all lose power, it's all good. They can, it can snow all at once out there. Party. Yeah, good. Yes, I like partying. I feel like I have a party here every time I come on. I was going to wear my Santa hat and all that, but it's not Christmas anymore. It's like 2 days after Christmas, so there's no point in wearing a Santa hat. Actually, on Christmas Day, I was gonna come on here and do a live stream in a very slutty Mrs. Santa suit and a Christmas, but I wasn't feeling good. It was weird. I woke up late and I was behind on everything, and then just there was so many things that were going on, and I don't know. It just never worked out. And I tend to listen to the universe when something is not working out, or like I'm being nudged that, not to do something. I don't do it. Yeah. Special K on acid. Yes, I'm the dancing queen. I'm the brunette. I'm the brunette one in ABBA. You know, there was one of these women in ABBA, I think the one that was very fair, the one that has sort of had platinum hair. She was one of the babies that were born in Nazi Germany during the experiments that the Nazis were doing to create an Aryan race. She was one of the babies that were created in that nursery, and she was born. I don't know if you guys knew that. It's I forget her name, but she's the most blonde one. I don't even know if she's alive or not, but I do know that about her. Yeah, Hitler was trying to create an Aryan race because he thought that white people were superior. So yeah, she was a product of that. An ABBA member was born in occupied. Uh, yeah. Look it up. Look it. I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe it was misinformation and disinformation. But that's what I read. That's what I read. Would I swear by it? No, but when I read it, it sort of clicked. It made sense because she was really, really fair, really fair, and I liked her the most because she was that fair. She was like really white skinned and very, very platinum hair. Yeah, there was one that was brunette, not her. The other one who kept it platinum. Yeah. Well, now that we've talking about the Aryan race and Hitler and the snow in Canada, I have a lot to talk about. I don't even know if I should talk about it, talk about everything that I want to talk about. But let me go through some of the things. I like stimulating people's minds. I like talking about things that are just a little bit different. Uh, yeah, yeah. Well, it's funny. I noticed something in Canada. Canadian men, in general, they lean towards exotic sort of looking women like me. Now, when I first came to the part of Canada that I'm in, I believe I was the only brown woman. Now I'm I was a visible minority. But now the amount of brown people here is insane. Is insane. It's like Canada is a subcontinent in Africa or something. That's what I feel. I'm like, can you import any more black people to make up for the fact that you are deficient in some way? You know, the Africa is not importing white people by the mass to prove to the world that they're not racists. But what do I know? The way I see it is countries like Canada. I'm not going to say they destroyed what they were or what they are, but they've changed. They've changed. I don't know where we're heading with this changed with this change. But I can tell you that me personally going out and seeing people driving cars with Islamist propaganda hanging off the vehicles or Khalistani symbols, these are all symbols of extremism that people like me escaped. So the fact that they are very abundant here and people view them as normal because Canadians know nothing about all of this, I'm not too happy about. And it really has nothing to do with skin tone or skin color. I'm just not happy with the extremist element that has flooded countries like Canada. So, what did I want to talk about? And I will try to keep this more on an upbeat scale, more on a positive scale. But I just wanted to discuss how social media, especially platforms like the big tech platforms, I've stopped posting on Twitter. I've stopped posting on Facebook completely, except my content. Like if I'm doing a live stream, or if I just did a video on my Arabian Oracle channel, or if I have a fundraiser, that's the only time. Oh my God, Brandon, your stuff is being hidden again. Brielle, just come to Texas and we can go. Listen, I want to. I really want to. I I don't know how. Somebody send me a plane ticket to Texas. And my passport is about to expire, and it's ridiculous the amount of stuff that's going on right now. But yeah, thanks Brielle, honey. Thank you for the invite. I'll keep it in mind. If I do end up in Texas somehow, I'll message you, Brielle. I'd love to meet you. Would love to meet you. But yeah, social media. I just wanted to talk about social media. So I no longer post on Facebook or Twitter, except what I like, just content, which is very neutral, and it barely gets any likes or retweets or anything or shares. But I noticed that social media has created an entire new segment in society of a new level of monstrous bullying is what I call it. Monstrous bullying. I was on Twitter the other day, and somebody posted a video. Somebody posted a video of a white woman living, I believe, in America, and she was completely covered from head to toe. She was a new convert to Islam. She was wearing a niqab. She was dressed like a garbage bag, only the color wasn't black. She was wearing like gray, but you know, the whole, you know, ninja turtle thing going on. And she was doing a TikTok video or some sort of video lecturing to the women of Iran, telling them that they hate themselves and that they are obsessed with Western women and that they want to look like and act like Western women, white women. And I'm like, talk about projection. She was basically lecturing to an entire, like, to women who have been fighting an oppressive regime that she hasn't lived in, knows nothing about. She lives in the West, has been born into freedom, known nothing but freedom and safety all her life, to the point that she has become ideologically subverted and chose oppression over freedom. And she hates herself so much that she put herself in a garbage bag. What we escape, what women in my part of the world escape, she chose for herself. And then she did a video with her wearing a garbage bag dress by choice, because she's a brainwashed white Western woman who is righteous and converted to Islam, and calling out the Iranian women that they hate themselves and lecturing to them. And I'm like, talk about projection. Talk about hating your own self and projecting it onto women who are truly fighting, women who are truly they're being shot, they're being killed over this garbage that you have wrapped yourself up in. So I commented and I was laughing, and I'm like, you know, talk about hating yourself. You're lecturing to women about hating themselves. Look at you. And somebody went, and I'm like, this is the fact. This is factual. I'm not hating on her. I escaped that part of the world. I know what it's like to be forced to be born into this, to be shamed about this. And here she is living in the West and lecturing to women like myself. So I commented, and I'm like, you know, look at you. And somebody came along and called me. What did he say to me? He said, "That's because you're a Western bootlicker." He said to me, and I'm like, you know, there's no way that in reality we would treat each other this way. There's just no way. I can't envision, but this is all social media. The majority of the interactions in social media right now have become like this, projecting hatred, judgment onto onto other people, which is usually extremely biased and it triggering. Like, I chose not to engage because I know better now. But it's all like this now. And oh, KFH, thank you, KFH. Free all oppressed women of the world. One day we will, and we are in the fight to do that. I believe. I do believe that, and thank you, honey, for the super chat. Brandon, your things are being hidden, honey. I have to go in and figure this out. But the like what I wanted to say is, I guess it's the same on here. There was a few times, and I, like, don't get me wrong, this channel, this my God, One Godless Woman channel, is bleeding subscribers. But I'm not gonna change because this is the direction that I believe I should be heading in. The direction that I was in before was fine, but it has come to an end. I still have the political edge to me, but you know what? Thank you for leaving. What I find interesting is the people that come on here, especially when I'm doing an actual live, and they get triggered. For example, the fundraiser. Oh yes, please like, share, and subscribe. This live stream, I'm still doing a fundraiser. My brown butt is still being sued. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share, share, share. Share my fundraiser. Oh, wait. I have to make sure that I'm not missing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, what was I saying? Yeah, they come on here, like my fundraiser video. The amount of hatred that video pulled was fascinating to me. It was absolutely fascinating. And the same thing happened when I read tarot here a few weeks ago, or they come over and they look at my spiritual channel. They judge it. They judge something. They condemn something that they're not sure about, that they don't understand, or that they have a false belief or a limiting belief about, and they start condemning me, or whoever, not just me, whoever they disagree with, and they start trolling and they start bullying. And I'm like, nobody handcuffed you to come here and watch anything or listen to anything. So I just find it very, very interesting, because they bleed their energy onto other people non-effectively. This is non-effective method of communication. Hey man, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you, honey. Thank you, TZ Burton, and thank you for being here. I guess the point is, instead of projecting a trigger, that somebody said something online, somebody did something online that triggered you, and you react and you begin firing at that person and calling them names, you're really missing the point. The point is, there's something inside of you, and you don't want to look at this thing that's inside of you, and it's causing you to behave in this erratic manner and project whatever this issue is onto the person in front of you. People like me, and there's plenty, I'm not special, there's plenty like me. What we end up doing is we shine a light. We shine a light on that little trigger, that little wound inside of you, that's making you get angry and reactive online. When somebody called me a Western bootlicker, I'm like, this person knows absolutely zero about me. This person probably right now, if they were offered a free ticket to come and live in the West and immigrate for free, they would jump on it. They would. The majority of people that project hatred towards people like me who escaped the Middle East and came to the West and enjoyed the little brief period of time of freedom that we had in the West, there's a trigger in there. There's a problem in there. There was a friend of mine who I lost contact with when I began waking up. When I began waking up, I started getting really, really angry at Canadians because I saw Canadians falling into a trap that people like me just know. So I started calling them names, communists, and I want to leave. I kept saying, I want to leave Canada, I want to leave Canada, and he's Canadian. And he was living in Ontario, and he got angry at me and called me out. And he's like, "So when Canada was fine, you were okay and happy, and now that Canada is struggling, you're angry and you want to leave." And he called me names, and he unfollowed and he unfriended, and we didn't speak for a year. And then this friend moved. He moved after the pandemic from a part of Canada, which is Ontario, which is completely brainwashed, into more rural Canada. I'm not going to say exactly where because I think he watches my live streams. But I see him on Twitter, and he's doing the same thing. He's doing the same thing that I did. He's like, when I was in Ontario, it was a shit show. Now that I'm here, it's so much better. And I'm like, so why did you get angry at me? Why? So it was basically because I guess I shined a light at something that he felt inside of him, an issue, a trigger, a wound, a pattern. He just wasn't ready to face it yet. So, people who bully you online, people who call you names online, people who shit on you online are people who are in pain. They just don't know it. Don't allow yourself to be their punching bag. I am not your punching bag. I don't care. I'm sorry. Learn to deal with your pain just like I learned to deal with mine. I live in a society, I escaped my part of the world because I didn't want to cover my face. I live in a society that is 70 to 80%, and I say this in every live stream, they remained masked. Not only do they remain masked, they pass judgment. And they treat you poorly if you are not part of that cult. So yeah, learn to manage your pain instead of recycling your pain onto other people. I really want to get this message through, and I'm probably going to talk about this in many live streams to come, because we've entered a part, and as we go into 2023, we need to start learning. There's going to be more division. There's going to be more hatred. And you need to start to understand what it is you're looking at. The break, the fracture that was initiated, whether by Trump, whether by the elections, whether by politics, whether by the pandemic, it doesn't matter. Climate change. You're going to continue to see the cycle, the Ukraine, the wars, mass immigration. You have people who are very fixated on one way, and then you have people who are another way. And the pandemic really made that divide very, very clear. And we can't continue to project hatred on each other because we disagree with one another. We can't. We won't be able to move forward as a race. As a race, because the divide has happened worldwide in every aspect of society: political, medical, educational, family, schooling. It doesn't matter. Recreational. It has, the split has occurred literally across this planet. Now we have to find our way back to each other. We have to find the way back. Accept I read something the other day that I'm probably going to do a video about. If you're in my Patreon, expect a healing video for tier number 3 coming soon. I read an amazing book about the subconscious mind and how to reprogram yourself, and I've been applying a lot of this, and I will be doing a few healing sessions about it as well as discussing it in my own Patreon because it's tremendous. It's like a key to unlock a magnificent, gift that was hidden from us as human beings. But what was I? Yeah, learn to disagree without becoming disagreeable. That was a very important quote that I read from that book, and I will be mentioning that book in my Patreon because I can't remember it right now. But I didn't come up with this saying. I literally read it from a book about diving into your own subconscious mind and dealing with your triggers. Learn to disagree with other people without becoming disagreeable. The other thing that I did get was I bought over Christmas the book by Ram Dass that is called Be Here Now. And it's a really, really nice book. But Ram Dass said something that rings true to me. And that thing is that we are here, all of us are here, and I think I've said it before. We are all here to walk each other home. Start doing your internal work. If somebody triggers you, somebody triggered me today. Somebody triggered me today, and I sat there and I contemplated, why did I get triggered? 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I would have had a fight, a meltdown with this person. I didn't respond. I waited about 50 minutes before I said anything. But in those 50 minutes, I went within and I found the trigger that is inside of me and the wound. I still need to heal it. I'm not telling you I figured it out and I'm all healed and perfect. I still need to work on it. But learn to go within. Learn. When somebody triggers you online, offline, it doesn't matter. The problem isn't in the person that's in front of you. The problem is a wound that is inside of you that needs your attention, which is why we are all here to walk each other home. We all mirror our traumas, our patterns to each other. You're not here to judge others. You're not here to fight with other people. Learn why we are here. It's funny, this entire world is upside down. We've been brought up in a system of conflict, and we've been kept almost at a level of peasants where we bicker and fight with each other, while those over us who rule over us laugh at us, you know? But yeah, we're all here to walk each other home. And I keep saying that this pandemic, as much as I mean, I hate it. Don't get me wrong. I hate everything this pandemic has brought about. But the negativity, there is positive in it. This pandemic has opened up Pandora's box. It also is a hiatus for us to start doing the internal work that we've always been meant to do, but we've been in a zombie state, projecting on each other. It's provided you with a hiatus to do this internal work. I suggest that you start doing the internal work, because come 2024 and 2025, you'll be able to stand out in this world and be known, kind of like the famous inventors. I'm going to buy a book for Nikola Tesla, by the way. I woke up the other day and there was a saying by Nikola Tesla that just suddenly made sense to me. And that he said that if you want to unlock the secrets to the universe, think of terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And I get it now. Maybe I was Nikola Tesla, I don't know, in another life. But I've decided to buy his book. Start doing the internal work, because you're going to be able to leave an imprint in this world after the next year or two, if you've done the proper healing. A lot of us are going to be leaders, leaders, inventors, discoverers, reformers, influencers, however you want to term it. People might laugh at this right now, but there's big change coming, big change. And that change is not going to be initiated by people like Trudeau or Joe Biden. I can guarantee you. Or the people that are reacting online and calling people that they disagree with the most horrendous of names and accusing them of the most horrendous of things. Uh, I was lucky, I just got to ignore it. Yeah. Yeah, Nikola Tesla is incredible. Nikola Tesla, I read somewhere that he was seen as an alien. People saw him as an alien because I believe he was connected with the universe. I do believe so. Nikola Tesla was a prophet of his own time. Yeah. But, yeah, I know KFH. I agree, honey. Yeah. So yeah, the online triggering. Uh, oh yes, yes. For me, the I also had a trigger. Somebody went on my Arabian Oracle, and I really don't care what people think, but I find the energy of the comments to be very strong sometimes, and I have to delete the comments because I don't like the energy that's being emitted around a specific comment. There were a lot of comments around people who do tarot and oracles, and that they're witches and they practice black magic and that they're evil, and people demonizing tarot. The other day, I was actually, when was it? Yesterday. I was on Facebook, and I don't usually comment on Facebook, but I had to comment. There was a cartoon about Santa Claus. It was just around after Christmas. Santa Claus, going around delivering presents. And then Santa Claus stops at Trudeau's house and he takes a dump in the chimney. And the huge amount of likes, a lot of shares, a lot of comments, a lot of people laughing. And then I would see the comments of people condemning the cartoon, condemning the people laughing at the cartoon. There was even a comment telling you need to respect your leader, and this is disgusting, and Canadians are horrible people, blah 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 blah. Very triggered human beings, Canadian and non-Canadian, like foreign names and I guess and as well as Western names that are being triggered by a cartoon online. And I made a sort of a connection between the people. Oh, KFH. Tesla said he received signals from ETs. Really? I have to get a book. I'm trying to find a book that's not too big. There's so many. I don't want a biography or like an autobiography. I just want a book about, energy with regards to Tesla. But that's interesting. We need to have a conversation about that, Kevin. Thank you, honey, for the super chat. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you, honey. Um, what was I saying? Witches and witches, tarot, and cartoons. I come from a part of the world till this day, if you are suspected of being a witch, as if such a thing even exists, you get beheaded. You get beheaded without a trial. There was an article that I read 5 to 7 years ago about the religious police caught a maid and they beheaded her. And they testified that against her that they saw her flying on a broom naked. And she got beheaded. They killed her. This is in my part of the world, which is radical Islam. So when I see people condemning witches and calling me a witch, or whoever does tarot is evil and this is black magic, and then I see online people getting triggered by cartoons and memes, my mind goes to the Taliban and ISIS, and I'm like, Western society has been moved many notches towards extremism, and a lot of people don't even see it. They're engaging with it out of righteousness, but they don't see that they have become extremists themselves. Um, the other thing that I've noticed, at least in the society that I'm in, is that a lot of people want to be ruled by extremists. A lot of people enjoyed the authoritarianism of the COVID mandates and enjoyed passing that authoritarianism down into society. They really enjoyed reporting on their neighbors. I was threatened and reported on by people who didn't even see me. I was a massage therapist. I quit during COVID. I'm like, I'm done. And they would call me to go to their homes because businesses were shut down. It's funny, businesses were shut down. She was okay for me to go to her home, but when I told her that I have a medical exemption from a mask, she couldn't. She couldn't, and I was reported on. She reported me. She never saw me. She only knew my name and my phone number. I came nowhere near her. Nothing happened. There was no physical interaction between us. She reported me to the local authorities because I said to her that I had a medical exemption from wearing a face mask. And she told me, she's like, I reported you, by the way. I'm like, okay, thank you. Thank you. So this is the authoritarian element that has come to be in society. Yet they don't see it. They don't see it because it was presented to them as safety. But then to go and see people getting triggered, Canadians getting triggered over a cartoon, I'm like, when do we start jailing each other and beheading each other over cartoons? But I mean, what do I know? What do I know about living in an extremist society, right? I just make the comparisons and I see them, and I wonder how many others see these comparisons. But I did comment and I did leave a comment, and my comments are like a burst of like a truth bomb that falls on people. And after I left that comment, I was banned from the page. So I told them, by the way, the people that get triggered by cartoons and memes are the Taliban and ISIS. So yeah, I guess the truth sucks. Yeah, yeah. What else? Yeah. Oh yeah, I did want to talk about faith. I did want to talk a little bit about faith. Not in a religious context, but I mean, if you want to go towards religion with it, who am I to stop you, kind of thing. But we live in fear. Like I said, the people around me, 70% of the population is masked. I see the mask as not a symbol of of hatred or extremism anymore. I see it as a sign that I'm stuck in fear and I don't know how to get out of it. And I believe we've reached this point. Society has been slowly prepared uh, to, to reach this point because people have lost faith. They've lost faith in everything, including themselves. I'm not telling you to go worship a god and believe in a god and be afraid of a god, because that's also fear. Religion itself was propagated wrong throughout human history. Religion was tied in with fear in order to control us. The same way a pandemic was tied in with fear in order to control us. But people have lost faith, if they even actually ever knew what real, actual faith is. And I laugh because my name is Iman, and I don't know if you guys know what the word Iman means, but Iman means faith. And one of the things that people from my part of the world would frequently crap on me about is that I was one godless woman or an ex-Muslim, and that I kept my name. It would really trigger them. They're like, why don't you change your name? I'm like, I don't want to change my name. I kind of like my name. Just because my name is one godless woman or that I'm an ex-Muslim doesn't mean that I don't have faith. Those two are not related. I have deep faith. I have deep, deep faith. The faith that I have is in me. That's the faith that I have, as well as in the universe. I've really learned to trust my guides as well as the universe. So there was a saying, which is, there's really nothing to fear but fear itself. The energy of fear Yeah. One second. Yeah. The energy of fear is very low in its vibration, and it weighs you down. It weighs you down, and it goes against why you are here. If you're holding on to fear and you're actually choosing, regardless, fear of the pandemic, fear of death, fear of sickness, fear of losing money, fear of whatever it is you're afraid of, the more you hold on to that fear and envision it and think about it, the more you anchor it into your own reality, and you impede why you are here on this planet. You're not here on this planet to be afraid. You're gonna die. You're gonna get sick. You're gonna die. It's gonna happen, whether you're afraid of it or not. Um, yeah. But we are here to ascend. We're here to ascend. Look at a plant. Look at a seed as it grows, and it grows from the soil. Probably it has to go through a lot of obstacles to break through the shell and then go through the soil. Some seeds, some plants go through, like they grow through walls and they ascend. The little seed and the little plant doesn't say, okay, I'm afraid, I'm not going to do anything, I'm just going to stay here. But we impede our own growth and we impede our own ascension, which is why I say do your job. Work on your fears. We're given this opportunity right now. Um, and the other thing I wanted to say was that the people who hate on others online, the energy that is behind hatred, whenever somebody hates on you online, you have to understand that behind the energy of hate is the energy of fear. It just masks itself as hatred. So I frequently wonder when I do my tarot and oracle, oh my god, I've been on here for 42 minutes talking. Whoa. When I do my tarot and oracle readings and people begin to, project hatred, I frequently wonder, what is it you're afraid of? That my tarot and my oracles have triggered in you, that you have to project in a defensive manner, which is hate. But yeah, that's pretty much that's it. That's my little rant today, guys. In between, I might still come on. I'll probably still. Some say you only live once, but that is wrong. A person lives every day. Yeah, yeah. And if you're like me and you believe in spirituality, you know that we have people who are described as old souls have lived thousands of times, thousands of times. And when we awaken, like, thank you, Brandon. Thank you, honey. I cut my hair. I cut my hair myself. I watched a YouTube video and I layered it. And I'm like, you know what? I didn't have to pay $300 because that's probably how much it would have cost me. And I just took my time. It took me 2 days to cut my hair. But I layered it and I styled it and I got the entire kit, the professional scissors, and I did it myself. That's one of the things the pandemic has taught me, how to do things myself. I used to go to the salon and I used to spend so much money on things, and I'm like, I do them all now. Including things like waxing. Thank you, Brandon. Happy New Year. Who's that? Something smoke. But yeah, I'll probably come on here before the new year, and we'll chit chat again and see what we have to talk about, so I can rant about energy and vibration and all of that stuff. But yeah, what else? Does anybody have anything to say? Where is everyone? Numbers keep going up and down. But yeah, I was saying, oh, KFH. Every day is another day to help someone in need. Thank you, honey. Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin is a lovely, lovely soul. Lovely, lovely human being. Yeah. Thank you for being here, Kevin, and thank you for your super chats, honey. Yes, it is a very chill room. I'm very lucky to have everyone here. You guys are constantly, you make my day, honestly. When I come on here, you make me so happy. All of you. Especially when I'm sitting waiting to come on and I see people chit-chatting. It means the world to me. I can't even begin to tell you. It means the world to me. But yeah, this channel is bleeding subscribers. You're probably going to see my count go down, and I'm totally okay with it. Totally fine with it. Because if I no longer can serve you, go in peace. I'm sure someone else who I can help or serve or who enjoys my talks will replace you. But I do appreciate everyone, even the people who are not subscribers anymore. Thank you. Thank you. You helped me. You aided me in my growth. You aided me in my growth. May you go in peace. I just ask that you leave without leaving garbage comments. Please. Please. If you feel the need to do so, go ahead. I'm not, no, who am I to stop you? But like I said, just know that that's a trigger. Yeah. All right, guys. Night all. Bye, Biker Bob. I think I'm going to wrap it up. What do I have here? Triangle. I don't know. There should be like a bye-bye sound thing. Applause? Applause? I really enjoy the sound effects. Yeah. And yeah, please like, share, and subscribe. Please consider donating to my fundraiser. I still have a fundraiser going on. I'm nowhere near reaching my goal. I was hoping to be halfway through at this point. But yes, I'm being sued, everybody. I can't really discuss the lawsuit, which I come on here and talk about this, that, and the other. But yeah, like, share, and subscribe. I love you all, and I can't wait to see you again.